Hello, welcome back to Trailer Trash. How are ya? I'm sorry if I've been really ranty lately. It's just how I am. Incidentally, the more I rant in a video, the more I think it's perfect, and slap that shit on YouTube, and I don't care if nobody watches it. I feel like I put myself out there at the very least. Anyway, this is a trailer for a movie. The thumbnail kept popping up when I was doing trailers last week, but I didn't want to cover it because it was like an hour old. Therefore, we don't get our precious comments section, which we love so much here. So we're going to check it out now. It's called The Piper.
Do you think I'll ever be as good as you?
No.
What you hear isn't so important. You'll feel it. Mr. Gustafsson.
As Miles Davis once said, maybe, I had a quote on a shirt once, don't play what's there, play what's not there. Which actually doesn't really work if we're talking orchestra. I'm pretty sure in orchestra they want you to play what's there. It's more of a jazz thing, I guess.
Have you decided on what we're gonna play yet?
Melanie, your music, it is good, but soft. I'm looking for something controversial, dangerous.
Already have questions about the plot. So the conductor of this orchestra, I mean, I say orchestra, I don't know, it looks pretty slapdash and small, though I can talk. I went to school in Arizona. So talking to the flautist, if you will, of said orchestra, saying you don't want her to play soft? Like, what? Controversial is the other word. I had to go back to make sure I heard that right. Don't you hate it when your orchestra conductor approaches you and says, I need something more controversial out of you? It's the weirdest fucking thing ever.
Dangerous. What do you know about Catherine's first concerto?
You're gonna perform the concerto for children?
She didn't want it performed. That concerto was what she was trying to burn when she set herself on fire.
I take it back. This actually sounds cool. The fact that the conductor is there being like, yes, controversial music. I love it. If there's one thing I don't hear enough of on the news, it's about the controversial music. It's a little out of touch, I just gotta say. But no, like a cursed bit of music that no one should listen to. Nah, I like that. That's a fun concept. I think I said this recently too when I was criticizing action films not having unique plots. Horror movies, they just hit it out of the ballpark with crazy plots. I don't know how they're doing it. I don't know what it is about them, but it's just, you never get the same story twice unless it's a sequel. When it comes to horror movies, it's wild.
Trying to burn it?
Yeah, why didn't anybody go back and finish the job? I guess that's why the emphasis on trying. But I was about to complain about that bit of a plot hole. It's like, oh, she tried to burn it, killed herself, then everybody just sort of left it alone.
This is all that was left, but I can hear it in my head. I think I can finish it.
Music is powerful.
That's the other cool thing about this concept too, and I love this shit when it comes to just films in general. And I've read so many books, like thinking of how you can adapt it to film in like a fun way. Chuck Palahniuk's Diary comes to mind because a lot of it hinges on a painting that when you look at it, it paralyzes you. And a lot of Chuck Palahniuk stuff, it's like a thing that has some property. And it's like, well, they did Fight Club, they did Choke. What if they do some of his other works and how you would adapt that? And like, how do you do a painting that paralyzes people? Do you show it, or do you you keep it off, just off camera, and no one else, the audience can't see it, but the implication's there. Or Lullaby, a nursery rhyme that kills toddlers, infants. What would the nursery rhyme be? Or do you, again, just sort of gloss over that and so you don't get to see it? But in this, a song that apparently is evil or something, what's the song sound like? Do they actually play the song? I'm a bit disappointed in the trailer because it's just a flash of spooky shit. But at the same time, I'm assuming the movie itself, it's not just the music, is just a series of The Ring footage, and instead it's an actual song. But what imagine being approached as a composer and be like, make me a song that's cursed and kills people or something. Like, what do you write? It's fucking fascinating. Again,
I think I can finish that.
Music is powerful.
Mom?
In the Middle Ages, they believed music will send people into trances, go insane.
There's something very wrong.
Did they believe that in the Middle Ages? I mean, I guess they didn't have hippies in the Middle Ages, so they would believe you're going into a trance. You ever seen a hippie dance? It's weird.
Wrong with this music.
I listened to it. Felt it in my head.
I think this thing has been using me to finish the score.
What happens if you finish?
If you hear it, he has you captured.
See, I'm not so sure about the monster angle with this. I like the idea of a supernatural song that, if you listen to it, it does terrible things, or, the person playing it becomes obsessed, or weird things happen to them, yada yada. But the monster angle is a little silly, though it's funny because when they're like, he's gonna get you, I'm like, who? Who brought up anything about a he? And then it showed the title. I'm like, oh yeah, the Piper. For some reason, I was thinking, flautist, piper, same thing. Nah. But yeah, because they're going to fuck it up. They're going to show too much of the monster. They're not going to build it up well enough. I don't know why I have no faith in whatever company this is, but it's been done too much already, the monster angle. Even Guillermo del Toro has sort of ruined his own monster films by not doing a good enough job with for one, realism and resulting to CG and stuff, but also just showing too much of the monster, not revealing it too soon, not giving enough, just revealing it in general. Like, why can't we have another Blair Witch Project? Whatever happened to that idea? I guess it was only Blair Witch Project that did it, but I swear, like, so many horror movies would have been so much better if you didn't end up seeing what the monster was. It just, then it's just some dude in a costume or with makeup on or what have you, and it's like, okay. We hit a peak sometime in the 90s or whatever with slasher films, because you got Ghostface and fucking Freddy, Jason, Mike Myers, and even Michael Myers. Hey, but it's like, I don't know, are people still trying to capture that essence? Is that why we're still making movies with an iconic monster? Because as far as I can tell, it's not picking up as well as it did back in the 90s. So I don't know. That's just my thoughts on that. Don't show your monsters. Don't in a case like this, don't even have a monster. The monster is music that does horrible things if you hear it. Best part is you build up your entire story about this, right? Like this trailer, it's like, oh, the composer died trying to burn it. most of it was burnt, but this woman who finds it says she can hear it and can recreate it and stuff. And you're like, well, that can't be good. Strange things are happening to the younger girl and to the lady, the flautists doing the, trying to figure out the rest of the song and stuff. And then at the very end, near the rising action of the film, you perform it. Like, you have an honest to God performance of this song, and you're just like, oh no. Like, bad things were happening before they were playing the song, and now they're just going to play the song to an audience of people. That would be cool, I fucking hate it when people do this whenever they review something and then go, this is how I think they should have done it. But I can't help myself. Like, I want that to be the case, is why I bring stuff up like that. Is like, I want that to be where they go with it. But no, there's some monster called the Piper. Sure. Whatever. Let's check out the comments. Julian Sands, R.I.P. R.I.P. Julian Sands. Julian Sands, so sad. Rip. I think that's supposed to be Rip. Oh, apparently the conductor guy was found dead at Mount Baldy. Crazy. I did not know that. Never mind. I won't say it, but, things like that do boost viewership of a movie, doesn't it? It's the Heath Ledger effect. All of a sudden you're going to hear stuff about how Julian Sands was this amazing actor in these incredible movies, even though majority of people never saw nor heard of any of those films. But all of a sudden it's great because now he's dead. It's a shame when that happens. Is this the person you have to pay? Nice. Very well done. Ooh, for a creepy music movie, try Nocturne. Perhaps I will, because I've got myself all hyped up about creepy music movies. It's quite the niche I've developed. Oh boy, here we go. Okay, I just thought of a possible plot twist. The evil spirit who wants the music sheets rewritten is none other than the ghost of the legendary Pied Piper himself, i.e. the mystical Piper player of storybook lore. But that's just an guess. You don't have to get so excited about the guess there. I don't know why you threw a exclamation mark in with your question marks. But I think that's probably where they're going with it. Because the trailer did mention the whole, back in medieval times, people thought music would send others into trances. So there you go. At least they didn't say based on a real story. True. The hell? And then the reply says, even though it kind of is, but isn't? What the fuck does that even mean? What about this kind of is based on a true story, but isn't? Unless, okay, hold on, no. I think what they're trying to say is most movies that say they're based on a true story mean that it kind of is, but isn't. Maybe that's where I was getting from that, but I was just like, did this actually happen somewhere? Like, no? What? I like that idea, though. Every movie trailer I watch now, I'm just going to be like, based on a true story. They need to just do that with all trailers, just to fuck with based on true story trailers. That way, no one will take based on true story movies seriously. And that would be a good thing for everyone. I've been on that rant before. I wonder if there's a libel. Is that libel? I wonder if there's some legal ramifications for just making some shit up for a trailer and then jokingly just be like, based on a true story, like for fun. Like, who's gonna care? Who's gonna say that? Yeah, no, there shouldn't be anything illegal about doing that. Yeah, why don't they do that? People are saying to stop with retellings, but this looks dull. It's the sound that emoji makes. Retellings? You telling me this isn't even original? Or is this that Nocturne movie again? God damn it. I keep getting tricked into thinking, oh, original idea, like The Killer. No, it's a remake of something. Fuck. What? Barcelona Forever 2493. Sorry for not posting too much these days. I'm in love. I'll be back when I'm heartbroken by lonely people crying. Well, shit. I mean, good for you, I guess. Pick the right trailer to post that on. Movie could have had a better name, like The Devil's Symphony or Satan's Orchestra. Yeah, then it wouldn't have anything to do with the fucking Pied Piper monster. The Devil's Symphony. Satan's Orchestra. Don't these already exist as bands? I bet they do. If they don't, I mean, there you go. So yeah, that's The Piper. Interesting concept at first, but it's, you know, it's funny. The inclusion of a monster is what kind of turns me off to the idea, because I just don't care. You know, I don't fucking care about some monster that's just gonna look like some weird dude in a costume and makeup. No offense to anybody who does costume and monster makeup or whatever, but I don't know. I just don't know. Or it's just gonna be CG'd. For some reason, again with Chuck Palahniuk books, especially, maybe I got it also from like Goosebumps and Are You Afraid of the Dark, but it's always like an object or some non-corporeal thing is what causes, you know, something ordinary that causes death and destruction, and how you fight that. And that's fascinating to me. The unknown about things that we enjoy daily, like stories or paintings or music, and just what if it's that but bad for you, you know? It's cool. It's a cool idea. Just, again, you don't need a monster for that. Or if you do have a monster for that, don't fucking show the monster. I was just talking to somebody. I think we were talking about embarrassing horror movies that scared us, and how, you know, in retrospect, it's like it wasn't a scary movie, but for some reason it just got me at the time. I mentioned Steven Spielberg's War of the Worlds doing that, and it's not even a horror movie. But they'll defend that to death. But no, the one I'm actually embarrassed about, fucking White Noise. White Noise fucked me up as a kid. I wasn't even that young as a kid when it came out, probably in my teens. But it freaked me out because EMPs I found fascinating and scary. I would watch these videos, probably mostly like the jump scare videos back in the day of like E-Bombs World and shit, where they'd have, you know, just EMP recordings. You watch that shit in the middle of the night on your parents' computer in the dark. It'll get you, you know? And White Noise movie comes out, and for the most part it was scary because, you know, EMP and dead people talking from the grave and stuff. It's pretty spooky. There's a pretty good scene in that too, I think, where they're trying to catch a voice on EMP and then just start screaming. Like it's dead silent for a couple minutes while they're trying to get, you know, something out of the box, and then suddenly there's just screaming, and it's pretty chill inducing. But then how the movie ends, who's the main actor in White Noise? I can't remember. Some guy I know, but he ends up getting attacked by the EMP monster, which is just like these shadowy static people that like just jump around some warehouse he's in and attack him and stuff. And it's just the dumbest shit. It would have been so good if the movie just stayed with, you know, the idea of EMP and the validity of it. Like, can you talk to the dead? What would you hear? What stories would be conveyed through hearing the voice of the dead? That in of itself would be creepy, but then you bring in a monster and it's just static, shadowy people, and it's like, yeah, it's fucking dumb. So that reminds me of that. It's like, cool concept, but you're ruining it by adding a corporeal presence to it. I gotta stop saying the word corporeal as well. Just full of these dumb words that I'm saying too much. Anyway, The Piper. Thanks for watching.